everyone, and welcome to another year. Can you believe it? We are in 2026. It certainly has gone fast. I hope that everyone's had a wonderful Christmas break and New Year and celebrated appropriately, whichever the case may be. I'll just make sure that we're on air and everything is correct. Sometimes, well, I've been known to go to the wrong site, so I don't want to do that because I want you to see me. There we go. We've got it now. All organised. Easy fixed. So for those who haven't seen me before or just come across me by accident, my name is Anita Mazzero and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria, Australia. So we're in for a great start to the year. Unfortunately, it's all happening tomorrow. So our new catalogue will be launched and a few other things will be happening tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera down, and if you're watching, please say hi. Let me know where you're from. I like to hear from people to know that they're watching. If you're catching the replay, please do the same. If you're on Facebook, you know that if you see the little red live button, you're watching me live, or you may be watching the replay on my YouTube channel, because sadly, after 30 days, YouTube delete the live videos. So this way, at least you can still get to see what we've done if you've missed it. So as I said, I'm going to flip the camera down, let me know what's going on, and we will go ahead with our card. So just give me a moment. I'll get this all organised. Right, now, get this in place. And just get my camera right. That's better. My camera wasn't quite right. There we go. Right. Now, as I said, lots happening tomorrow, and our catalogue will be released tomorrow. So there's so much in here, and unfortunately, I can't show you any of this until tomorrow. So you'll see it next week, but today we're just going to have a look at this and see what it's all about. If you haven't got a catalogue or a demonstrator and you would like to have one, please send me a message and I will get one to you. If you live in Australia, I can mail one out here, but I can't in other areas. So there's a lot happening. Some beautiful, beautiful stuff. So as well as the mini catalogue, we are getting a new lot of online exclusives. Hello, Glenda. Happy New Year to you. So we've got lots of new exclusives. You looking forward to tomorrow, Glenda, with all the stuff that's coming out? So there's a new suite. Some bundles and some stamp set, some more bundles and some standalone stamp sets. And if you're a horse lover, which I know one of my granddaughters is, look at this beautiful, I don't know if you can see it clearly, this beautiful set. I'll just make sure I've got it, there it is in camera. I've got it properly, absolutely beautiful, detailed for the horse lover. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's lots of new things to do and see in our online exclusive list. And if you would like a copy of this, again, pop me a line and I will email you a PDF copy. So that's tomorrow. All these products are being released. So great time to jump on my online shop and go and have a look. But also tomorrow, we have our bonus days. And if you don't know what the bonus days is, this is something that happens. You think you need to win Taslotto. Yeah, I have to agree. There's so much, isn't there? And it's probably one of the better catalogues that they've brought out in a long time. So we've got bonus day. So this could help. For every $90 you spend, you will receive a $9 coupon to spend in March. So right through January to the 2nd of January, and I think that's right. I will put a correction if it's wrong, that it's March that you get to spend it. I didn't print out the details. How stupid of me. So a great way of earning some money to spend later on. And while you're spending this $90, you are also earning your rewards, your stamping rewards, which means that gives you a little bit more to play with. So great idea. Then we have on the 23rd and 24th of January, we have our virtual card retreat. There's 15 cards. Now you can see by this is some of the cards, and these are the others. And it is gorgeous. My kit only arrived on Christmas Eve. So it's $288. My goodness, I need new glasses. For the 2-day retreat. But that gives you everything you need. And if you're a demonstrator, you receive your discount, but you also will receive your your Stampin' rewards on this amount. So it's a great win. Because my box has just arrived, I'm going to show you what you get. Comes like this in this box. Everything is in here. So I hope I'm far enough away, waiting for the camera for it to catch up. I'll just go up a little bit, and hopefully I think that's about right, I hope. Anyway. So the first thing you'll get is you will receive this welcome, and it also gives you a QR code to scan to join the Facebook group. It will tell you what's happening, so everything's on this card. Isn't it prettily presented? Okay, you will receive 15 envelopes and a pack of white paper. Now, this is where you need to be aware. This paper is letter size paper, American, 8.5 by 11, which is different to ours. Our envelopes, I checked them out as well, because I didn't mention the envelopes, but the envelopes are also the American size. So as you can see, just get set of the whole lot. As you can see, they're a bit taller than ours by, there's my ruler, about 1.5 centimetres. So be aware of that. They'll be American size, so that when you make them, that'll be fine, but they will be cutting everything American. That's okay, we can do American. Then you'll receive 3 flip flaps, which are mainly used for scrapbooking. But we're doing a card retreat, so this will be interesting to see what they do with them. So that's that one. Then you receive the virtual card making stamp set, which is this one here. Gorgeous fonts. Some gobbledygook. I don't think you can even read it, but there's some gobbledygook in there. Just to look like a print, you've got this. absolutely gorgeous. That's the Virtual Card Making Retreat stamp set. But then you'll receive also a stamp set that is, I might just get rid of this box. It is too big and it's annoying me. And I'll put these back in here. All right, that makes a bit more room. Right, so as I said, you get the Forever Florals stamp set and dies, which we'll be using. And the fonts, look at the fonts. They're just beautiful fonts with scripts. And the die is just amazing. You've got labels. I haven't actually opened it yet, so maybe if I have a good look at this. Are you going to be doing this, Glenda? Oh, look at that. It looks like the dies will cut that fine border and then the inner. Look at this beautiful one. Absolutely gorgeous. So this could be a really great set of dies in that. And then you've got the stamps. But I haven't played with it, as I said, the box, I've really only just opened it. I'm a bit slack. Then we have, then we have our Moody Palette Glossy Dots. No, you're not. Now, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see what they do. So these are the colours. It looks like Cloud Cover, Secret Sea and Old Olive. Then we get, I wish they'd put all our designer series paper in a pack like this. Hi Cherry, how are you? You had a good new year? So I'm going to pull this out so you can have a look at this. Oops, that was another piece there. No, I like the idea of this, you know, to have designer series paper. So everything you need for the class is in here. So as you can see, there's your paper, but it's one-sided. So if you have a look here, there are cut lines. So I'm presuming everything on this side is for card 11, and that's for card 3, but I'm not sure. I believe they're having a demonstration on cutting it. Then we've got a nice bit that we could colour. And again, as you can see, all the cutting lines on the back and ready to go. We've got a check, a grid, a nice cloud cover one. You see, we've just got this green. Crumb cake. Then we have two-tone cardstock, but instead of it being like we would normally have it, we have two sides. We have the dark and the light on each piece. I like this idea, especially if it's a colour you're not going to use a lot of. You don't have to. So it'll be interesting when all these cards, oh, I just looked at that. Look at all the little strips on this piece here. The strips in here. This will be interesting to learn how it's all cut out. We're going to have a video to show you how to cut your papers. Because again, it'll be the cardstock as well. So that's all the papers that come in the kit. Lots of varieties, lots of designs. And then I'm not going to open this other one because that is die cuts. And being die cuts, and you probably won't pick it up on the camera, but there's lots and lots of, this one's got lots of little hearts. Yeah, it's really interesting what's in it. So I'm leaving them together because anything that's like this falls apart very, very quickly. So I am not touching this. So that's on the 23rd and 24th of January. And if you miss it, you can catch the replay. So as I said, I'll just fix this camera up so we can see. I pulled it out. It's really funny. This lets me look in when I want to and when I don't want to. There we go. That looks a little bit closer for you to see. So you can see what the cards, give you a bit of an idea of the cards of what they're like and what they're doing. There's some really nice ones in there. So I'll be very interested. This one takes my eye, which we're obviously threading some paper through there to create a very interesting look. So it'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm sure, like all other retreats that they've had or card making classes, they are available after the event if you wish to take part. Right. Next step. I'm going to be using the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper. I'm not going to do any stamping today. It's purely going to be, I'm just going to straighten my camera because it's very, very crooked. It's purely paper that I'm using, and for the sentiment, I am using something of our Ephemera pack. So look at this. Beautiful one piece of paper for the sewer, the knitter or crochet person. So it's got crochet hooks in there, embroidery. It's got it all in here. And then the reverse is very plain, which is lovely. I actually don't mind the reverse sides. Then you've got one for the, I'll mix it. Got them for the coffee lover, people who like to bake. You know, you've got your little front pan, you've got your vitamizer, you've got your coffee maker, you've got your colander, you've got your muffin pan, you've got your utensils, oven gloves, even got your eggs. So you've got all this to work with. And then that side is the nice green. Then you've got spa treatment. Who doesn't like a spa treatment? So you've got this beautiful page with, I would put them down to like your mint and those sort of fragrances. And then you've got all the bits and pieces that you can find in a spa. Not that I get to go to a spa very often, but, you know, candles, I have them around home because they're nice. So you've got lots of ideas. You can fussy cut them or you can die cut them, but I didn't get the stamp set or the dies. How pretty is this piece? I'm putting it as like a palette of some sort. I just haven't worked it out. Hello, Kerry, and welcome. I hope you are enjoying today. And then the last one, oh no, not to the last one yet. Oops, put that piece of paper so it won't slide down, is one for the book lovers. I love this one. I've got lots of friends who are book lovers, so I can see this being used for lots of cards. And then we've got this terrazzo look on the other side. I think that's gorgeous. That'd be gorgeous on any card. And then we've got our plant one. And, you know, you've got the beautiful comfy chairs to sit and read a book, which can go together, or just to sit like a conservatory that you can go and sit in and enjoy. And on the reverse side is this beautiful pink. So they've really thought this paper out. So today, I've got my little pack made up, which we're going to use. I'm not going to stamp at all. This is solely using the paper. I've got all my little bits and pieces. Oh, the other thing that comes, I really forgot to tell you, that comes with this, because you get 5 sheets of paper, double-sided. You get 12, 2 of each in the pack. But you also get a pack of ephemera, like what I showed you in the card retreat. So this is all the little bits of cutouts. So I no sooner started to play with this suite and these start to fall out. So there's lots and lots of different pieces in here that I've kept in here to save them from going walkabout or getting crushed or me losing them, which can happen. Right, so I'm going to pull this out. I've got all my little bits and pieces in here as well, and I'll try and, because I was playing with this, working out what I was going to do. So I'm just going to get my pieces together. Put them all away, which I probably should have put them in a separate little bag right at the beginning, but I did not. Move all this out of the way, and we will talk about what I have done. And I'll just carefully put this so I don't lose it. Grab. So, start off with a piece of 21 centimetres by 15, and we've scored it, put it the right way, 5.25 and 10.5. Now on our trimmer, if you're wanting to find out 5.25, let's bring it up so you can see it. So you've got your 5 marker, and then you've got your 2 dots, but then there's one little line that's just after the 2, and that is your 5.25 centimetres. So it's an easy mark to pick and start cutting or scoring, depending whatever you need for anything. Where are you from, Kerry? So then what I've got is I've cut out a piece of cardstock, and in this case I have got Coastal Cabana, and I've done it 14.6 by 10.2, so that'll fit on that side. Then I've cut 2 pieces, 14.6 by 4.9, and they will fit perfectly in there. I have then cut from our designer series paper, and when I did this, I kept, which way have I got? I kept the pattern. So the 3 pieces, when you see the pattern, is still running in that way. So first of all, I cut off, so it's 10.2 long by 4.9. Hang on, I've been reading the wrong one. Let's read that one. Designer series paper is 14.4 by 4.7. I knew that was wrong as soon as I read it out to you. So I'll cut 2 pieces of those, and then I've got this piece, which is 14.4 by 10, which will fit there. So that's our first, what I call layer 1. Our second layer, what we're going to do is we're doing a triple Z fold today. So our second layer is 10.5 by 17.8, and the same score measurements, 5.2 and 10.5. That'll go over the top there. I've then gone and done 2 pieces, 10.2 by 4.9, and then this one is 10.2 by 7. Then I've got 10 centimetres by 4.7, 2 pieces of that, and 10.2 by 7. So that will sit there. Then our next one is 8.6 by 15.6, and it's scored at 5.2 and 10.5. This is where it gets a little tricky. These pieces are nearly identical in size. So just so that I can make sure, because I hate to pull the wrong one up. Those two look the same size. There's only a millimetre in between it. So 8.4 by 4.9. You got your 2 4.9s. And then this one is 8.4 by, this one is 8.4 by 4.8. That's right, so those two are 4.9 and this is 4.8. It's just a fraction smaller here. So that's those pieces. Now this time, instead of using designer series paper, I have cut the paper in white. So I have 2 pieces at 8.2 by 4.7. And then I've got a piece 8.2 by 4.6. So that will sit there. We want a place to write because I'm going to emboss those pieces. And we're going to have the Coastal Cabana, which is 10.5 by 14.4, and this one is 10.2, by 14.6 and 10.2 by 14.4. So that's just our piece there for the back of the card. So what I want to do is I'm going to keep those together. Which before I emboss, we'll start sticking, I think. Hello, Donna. Welcome. How are you today? Did you get over New Year and Christmas? Sorry for bumping the table. So we're going to, first of all, I'm going to take my bone folder and we'll do one layer at a time. So I'm going to take the bone folder. I'm going to fold it in half and burnish it and then fold it back, and so that's your typical Z fold, and we'll be doing that with each piece. Get my glue and put my paper, get that out of the way so that I can glue this. It's got a very small margin, and I like a small margin because, you know, you can do it without the margins, but I just like that shadow that looks over the top. And because this one had a lot of this colour, it was well worth using. Glue that in there. And I only used our normal basic white when I did this because there's lots of layers going on, and having all these layers means that I can, let's get that straight, I can, it will create its own thickness. Just get that there. Perfect. Move that to one side. And whenever you're using pattern paper and you're going to have layers or strips, try and cut your paper so that it is running, so that when you lay it back down, it does run evenly. So there's that piece. And you'll see what I mean when I pop this in place. So I'm going to pop that there, leaving its border, making sure I'm nice and level, top and bottom. Pop that. So you can see here where it all joins. So you know that the paper belongs. And we'll do this piece. So what's the weather like where everybody is? Cherry, I know what your weather's like because it's the same as mine. It's nice at the moment, but it's not looking nice later in the week. There we go. Sometimes I like the papers more than I like the stamp set, which in this case is what I did. I really liked it, and I found that I've been able to do a little bit with it without using the stamp set, because I've probably got more stamp sets than I need to use. Hello, Lucia. How are you? How was Wicked? Or was it Wickedly Good or whatever you went to see last night? How was that? Okay, there's our first layer, all nicely done and down. And as you can see why I said the importance of having the paper matching, so you can see the consistency all the way through. Now I'll grab our second layer and I'll put that up out of the way. And we'll do the same, repeat the same process with the layers. And as you can see, I've used the reverse of this paper. So it's complete reverse to pop on. Save me wasting some paper when you can use the same piece. Pop that in there. Let's get that right. There we go. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I know what I just forgot to do before I stuck this down, but that's okay. I can still do it. We forgot to burnish this one, didn't we? So we fold it in half. Give it a good burnish. And then fold it back on itself. And then we'll do these other two pieces. Pop that. Pop that down. Yeah, the birds are always lovely. I think it's because Ferdy keeps the garden really looking good, and the yeah, they just chirp all day long, and it's just lovely. It's lovely when I'm sitting in here and just listening to them. Pop that there. There'll come a time that they'll disappear and it won't be as... So I don't need to play music, do I? I have my own natural harmony happening. We think we've got a couple of birds nesting in the front veranda part of our roof, which we can't get to move the nest, so we can hear them scurrying around in the morning. Let's pop that. again, we'll just pop that in place. So that's 2 of our layers done. And we can actually stick this one down. So as you can see, this is going to go. So because we've cut them, we know that this is exactly the same size, these 2 pieces, but not here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and lay it flat, because the beauty of this one, it will lay perfectly flat. So we're going to look where it is. And if you want to be 100% sure that you've got it about right, take your ruler and just have a look. That one's about 1.5 centimetres that side. And, oh, look at that, spot on both sides. So now that I've got what I want, I'm going to lift this piece and I'm going to just put some glue on there and adhere that down. Give it a minute. Take your bone folder and give it a minute to set. And then we're going to close it. So you can see we only need a little bit of glue on this. So pop a little bit of glue. And once again, we'll hold that in place. Put the bone folder over it. So that would be our normal Z fold, double Z fold. We're going to do a triple today. So you can see it sits nice and flat, which is great. So what I'm going to do now, before I go any further, I'm going to take these 3 pieces and I'm going to emboss them, because I wanted to do something a little bit different than DSP. I'm going to use a new folder that's coming out, and this one's called All in a Row Embossing Folder, and it is really pretty. If I put a piece of the cardstock at the background, you can see what I mean. It's got stripes along here, dots along here, and then like a soft flower impression inside the corners. So I think it's a really nice little set. So I'm not going to emboss that piece. So I'm going to work out how I want my pieces. So I've got to remember how they're going to be sitting on the card. So I'm going to take it. So I really want the flowers to be the feature. So if I take the top there and take my second one, put right next to it. And then my third one, just making sure I've got it straight. I'll lie that on there so I know that I am doing it straight. It's the beauty of our glass mat. We can use it for so many things. And do that. So I'll close that. Whoops, that's what I was worried might happen. Close that. Leave that there. Go and pop that to one side so I don't knock it. Because knowing Anita, she's liable to knock it. I'm going to get my cut and emboss machine. I'm going to get my base plate, which is plate number 1. And our embossing plate, which is plate number 4. Pop that in. Always remember when we're doing this that we put our edge, folded edge first. Oh, yes, of course. I was thinking, how does Rochelle know? Now I know. Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. Oh, whoops. I missed a plate. It's a little bit thinner. It's not your 3D plate. You need your other plate. It is a pretty one. There's a couple of embossing folders in the catalogue that are just hidden. You don't really see them. I'll get rid of this. You don't see them until somebody else points them out to you. Look at that. Can you see that? What do you think, Lucia? Isn't it? It's so different. because of the way it comes out. It is just lovely the way it embosses. So it's a beautiful piece of design. So put that over there, put that away. And I'll get my pieces now. So I'm going to pop that on this piece. Make sure I've got it right, because of this particular one, there's a fraction difference between the three. I'm going to play to see whether or not you add that extra millimetre, would it make a difference? Which I think it probably would with the way the card's been designed. So I'm going to pop that on there, giving my border. Whoops, it's not what I want. Thank goodness for Tombow, that it moves. There we go, that's that piece, so I'll pop that on there. And before I glue, guess what I didn't do? This one's a bit different to the others because there's no folding in half. Here's our seed fold. And that will go down in there, just like so, leaving the border. Get the next piece. I thought you might like it, Lucia. Have you seen the Stones and Vines or something it's called? That is another beautiful folder, which is stuck all on its own, doesn't belong to anything. And I only just discovered that one the other day. I was watching a demonstrator use it, and I thought, oh, it was a really pretty deep embossing folder. So yes, go through your catalogue and really look at every page, because you can miss some. Okay, put that together. So this is a very easy card when you've got it all cut out, of course, but didn't take long to cut out. And I'll pop that just like so. Just get that to sit right. Okay. And then I'm going to get this, and we're going to do the same process that we did before. Eyeing it off, looking at where it's to go. And this one's a little bit easier to work out your measurements because your centre fold, you're making sure it looks right. Okay, get that, make sure it's straight. Take that piece, put your glue on. And then we'll fold that and put our glue on the side here. And that was a little bit too much glue, Anita. And there we go. There's our triple Z fold. How nice is that? Oh, you've seen the Stone and Vine one, but you like this one. Oh, you hadn't seen this one. Yeah, I can't remember. No, I won't look up the catalogue now because I can't put it in front of the camera. So there we go. There's our page. This is what we're going to do. We'll do the back in a moment. So as I said, all I'm using is the ephemera that comes in with the DSP. And the other thing I'm using is the Everyday Greetings. I think it's called Everyday Greetings ephemera pack. So this is one that you want, if you want something quick and easy to put together, that's determined to travel with me. You can pop on. So I'm going to start with the front. And I love this sewing machine. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals, which are hiding. I can tell you what that dimensional pack's called. Greetings for all, mix and match. It's good to have something like that you can do something quick and easy with. So I'll just take some edge pieces because I can, because we don't want to waste them, do we? Pop this in. Now, yep, I just thought when I put that on, did I forget to check where it was to go? But I didn't put them far over, too close to the edge. I'm going to take this and I want to sit that up the top there. And that, the one in the Ephemera is in the same colour, same Coastal Cabana. So what I'm going to do is I've got my Stampin Blend and I've picked up Calypso Coral. Cajun Craze. It's not a colour I use very often, but it's in the background. So what I want to do is I'm just going to use the fine tip and I'm just going to colour, and I've got the light here. I'm just going to colour the happy birthday. I just felt the black and white outline, just the outline didn't look right. Take that down. So who partied for the new year? That's an interesting thing. Did you looch out? I was well and truly in bed when it came and went. Just going to do this. And pop that. Look, just by doing it, just the difference. You could leave it like that, you know, happy birthday. You could colour it different colours if you wished. Make it a very rainbow one. Well, I just wanted that to go through. And this I'm going to pop here, but I'm going to use Balmy Blue ribbon. I think this is on the last chance list. I forgot to check it out. It's this beautiful sheer ribbon, but I'm going to cut it in half. I only want it fine. So I'll just take a piece off and trim it in half. I should grab the better. You were up till late. Oh, I need, because you had to collect Cameron, I presume. Yeah, it's a good idea to. I know when my kids were little, I was always out collecting them all hours of the morning. Always told them to ring me, no matter what. If it was 3 a.m. in the morning, it didn't matter. I preferred them to come home and there was many a time that I was up the street in my pyjamas, picking them up. Yes, I always wondered what would happen if the police ever pulled me over in the middle of the night. I know when one of the grandchildren, she wanted to go home, no matter what, she wanted to go home. So it was probably 3:30 in the morning. So I had to ring Mum and say, I'm bringing you home. She wouldn't settle. So up the street I am, and saw the police out, and I thought, oh my goodness, what if they catch me in my pyjamas? But that didn't stop me. So I'm just going to make, actually now that I've cut in half, you know what I'm going to do. Changed my mind from my original decision. It is still available. Thank you, Lucia. It's on the last change for $10.50. Thank you. It is beautiful ribbon. It's so, I think it's really lovely. I'm going to use it double, so just line it all up again. And I'm going to make a bow. And I like the sheerness of it, which really makes it. So there's my bow. Pull it down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Look at that. So I'm going to put that down under here. And I might just use a little bit of tear and tape to cover that. It will hold better. Because I am going to cover it with my happy birthday, and that'll work out really well. So sit that. Probably don't need to go as long. Trim a bit off. Put that in place. And we will take that off. I'm just going to place this first on there. I'm going to put my dimensionals where I need it. Sometimes I find that when I'm not 100% sure where they need to be placed, and I've had to use a piece of this, I will look at it so that I know that it will fit. So I know I've got to put one down here, take the back off that. That will hold that nicely in place there. And then up here, put one up there. That'll go. Oh, I knew it flicked, but I didn't know where it went to. Take that, I'm just going to sit that in there. Pop that. But ribbon and dimensionals do not like each other. So where I've got the ribbon, I'm just put a cut, and the dimensional, just where the dimensional is, I'm going to put a little bit of glue and just hold that in place. Just put that here. And then I'm going to just trim the ends here. Did you get the stamp set to this, Lucia? Because I know you've got the paper. Okay. So now in the middle, I thought I'm going to pop, I can't remember which way I was going to do it. I think I was going to put that one on there. And then I'll put the pin cushion with a row of buttons. This particular paper would be right up your alley, wouldn't it? With your sewing background. Just put those right there. So anything that my fingers are a bit sticky from the glue, so that's what I'll put them in there. Just get the glue. Oh, you got the dies. Yeah, I was thinking about those dies because they are different and I like them. But I've just got the paper for now. Always get them later. Way too much glue there. So, pop that one down. That. And there's my buttons. And then I'm just going to put this one flat. And we'll put this one in the middle, just like so. So there's the card on the front. And as you can see, it's nice and flat, which means when you go to write, it's quite easily. Oh, yes, I am making your birthday card very early. Yes, it would be ideal for you. Right, I'm going to work with this first, and I'm going to get a little bit of the Coastal Cabana. Just make sure this is, yep. And I'm just going to put a little bit around the bottom and just another little bit at the top, just to give it a bit of, I'm not doing too much to this back piece, just giving it a bit of colour. And I'll glue this down. And pop that over. Again, I've only got the small little border around it. And then I've got these two tiny, tiny hearts. Just carefully trying to get a little bit of glue without it all coming out at once. It's being a warm day, it's the last thing I want. I'm just going to pop one up there and one down the other side. Just pop it, just to give it a, oh, that was not supposed to move. Don't you hate that? And it's stuck. Well, leave that for now. Moved ever so slightly, but we'll pop that in there. So there you've got the room to write. So there's the card, front and back. Looks absolutely, and it's as sturdy as anything. Now what we're going to do, I had it a minute ago, I'll put everything together. I'm going to get an envelope. I've got a strip of paper that's left over, and I'm just going to put that on the back here. So I'll just apply a little bit of glue around this and take my piece. You can decorate your envelopes. Sorry, I'm probably off camera. I hope not. Decorating your envelopes with a piece of the matching paper really will give it a lovely look. Put that away before I get glue everywhere. And then we're will just cut round following the flap of the envelope, just like so. And there's your card complete. Thank you, Lucia. So there we go, matching envelope and the card. But I did make some more because, you know, I had to make sure it all worked. So I did one with the baking. I've got the baking utensils and the terrazzo in there, and then on the back I've just put an apron and I've put the terrazzo on the back of the envelope. And then I did one using the product of the month. Now, if you missed out on the January product of the month, and I checked this with Stamping Up today, if you put in an order of $125 or more, you can purchase this one in February. And if you put another one in later on, you can get the February one. So whichever way you decide, that'll be released tomorrow, the product of the month, and you can choose between the two, because we as demonstrators do not know what's coming out. It'll come out and then we'll find out. So this was this one, and sadly mine only arrived Christmas Eve, which I was a bit disappointed it took so long. But again, there we go, with all the beautiful blues. And this is from the paper as well. I've just added the thing, and then some sparkly gems. And again, we've decorated the envelope. So this particular ones I've done, I did all the envelopes. But this Hobby Haven paper, and I haven't chosen a gem. What will we choose? I think... No, I don't like that one. Let's have a look in the stash. What can we use? There's bound to be something that I could use. I forgot to pull it out, because normally I don't leave it this late. Oh dear, oh dear. We'll just use our good old-fashioned rhinestones. I usually try to pick them out before I go live. I'll pop a couple of these on there. Just like so. Now it's complete. It's just really pretty. And just, you know, look, you could leave this plain so you could write, but I think the card is one that is nicer to have it on the back. And as I said, each one of them has had something different done on the back to complement the card itself. So as you can see, this one. So that it's a fun, easy card, and it's, if you like this paper, this is a card you can make. And you, as I said, I have used all those ephemera packs on every one of these. See, I've got a Mother's Day card prepared already, Lucia. Getting ahead of myself without even trying. So I hope you like that. As I said, it's a little bit different. I love fun folds, and when I see something that's different and think of a way of making it different again, let's run with it. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. So don't forget, tomorrow our catalogue goes live. You have the bonus day happening as well. You have the online exclusives happening. And also starting tomorrow is our February product of the month. So what's that, 4 or 5 new things that are happening. So it's really starting the year with a bang. So anyway, I will leave you to this. I will see you all next week and we start something new. You weren't even going to think of this paper. It is like, just even if you bought the DSP cherry, as I said, I have done 2. I've got, I'm going to do one of each of the different designs in this triple fold because I just love the paper. I think the paper does a lot. And if you, the B sides of the paper, which we go back through them, if I show you, I'll just move these out of the way while I do it. But the B sides are really good. You do have 2 sheets of ephemera with it, but like as I said, there's the plant one. You've got the soft pink. You've got the books, and then you've got that terrazzo look. You've then got the spar, and you've got this really interesting pattern. You've got the baker with the green check, and then there's the one I've used today, which is the sewing craft. And as you can see, the ephemera had this particular sewing machine, but in the blue. So, but if you didn't want it, you could always cut it out. And then it had this blue effect. So the papers are really, really gorgeous. Yeah, even if you weren't thinking of the stamp set, this paper is to die for. I love it, and it's so versatile. And, yeah, that's why I bought it. So, and I blame Lucia because she was using the paper and I fell in love with it then. So, yeah, we'll blame her. So once again, there's the card that we made today, and it's your imagination of how the paper will go. Have we gone for, oh, I thought we'd frozen there for a minute. So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed it all, and I've had fun making this. I've had fun playing with it. As I said, I probably could have made a dozen cards using this particular paper. It was just so much fun. So it is really easy. So I've given you all the measurements. The scoring is the same for each piece, 5.25 and 10.5. Very, very simple to remember the scoring. So it's a great little card, and because it stays flat, you can lay it down and do your writing, and that's what I love about it. So thanks, everybody. We will see you next week, and that's if we survive the hot weather. Hey, Cherry, because it is going to be a stinker in the next few days. So we shall catch up with you then. Bye for now, everyone. Thanks for watching.